my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching. So I am getting everything set up and ready. Um, we are doing the banned books art walkthrough today, the first one of the day. Hi, there's no way in the Discord at the moment, but that doesn't mean that it's not always going to be that way. I'm going to start the space in 2 minutes. Yeah, I just really enjoyed making this particular gallery. This is our fifth one that we've done, and we have a lot of really cool things that have happened this month. A lot of things shifted and got implemented. So let's see. Is my And what this normally does is it kicks me out right away. So that's just like a normal thing. I'm waiting for that, honestly. And then I'm going to just retweet this out. And then hopefully someone shows up in either the lounge or in my space or on Twitch or on YouTube. If not, we will just continue watching this. Hey, Petey. How are you, Petey?
I'm doing fine. I'm here taking care of my dad today.
That's great. Yeah, we'll get started in a couple of minutes. I try to get some people in the room. I'm not normally too like fussed about size. It's the quality, right?
Right.
Just so you know, this is being live streamed on various different platforms. I should probably also go ahead and screen record because I like having fail safes, and I would just much rather have like redundant things and be able to just delete it afterwards. So there we go. But yeah, the thing with the mint, first of all, it was the first time I've minted anything for real. And I tested it, but then I created like an index.html and I put it in that same folder and then I didn't delete it. And so it minted that HTML file instead of your image.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah. But you wound up being like the collection icon. So there's that.
It's okay. No worries. Don't worry about
it. Yeah, because like if you go on to bandbooks.art and you scroll down, it's literally, I need to refresh it and it's available for sale. So 0 out of 21 have minted, but you know, the usual. I didn't know what to price these at because normally people price things much higher than I do because I just have, you know, AI art. But you know, I wouldn't be respectful to the artist, but also we're 80% of the proceeds are going to charity, so I figure people might be willing to pay more. Who knows? So
yeah, because I was thinking that whenever I do my minting thing, I'm gonna sell about maybe 600 of them, and I'm gonna price them at $50. So like that 25 goes to me and then 25 goes to the charity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, right? That's fine, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's up to you. It's like, no, just tell me what should I put these as. So there's a lot of minting going on this time,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Um, but we're here
Yeah,
now. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's because it's November's coming, and there's going to be shortages, so there's going to be a lot of demand, and prices are going to go high, and that's when you see a lot of movement in the Dow. So it should be going up.
yeah, so you're saying I should probably this weekend at some point actually buy more ETH and stuff while we're still in the downturn
I mean,
and not
it's not
financially,
like,
but yeah.
well, I mean, it's not 100% concrete, but that's usually been my my go-to, right? And yeah, I feel like it's gonna bounce back this coming November, especially during uh, like Thanksgiving and Black Friday, that kind of thing. It should be going up.
Yeah. Um,
And especially because of what's going on today, for that Biden just did the whole loan forgiveness. So a lot of money is going into people's pockets now.
so that got totally implemented
Mm-hmm.
then?
Yeah, so depending on what you have, I forgot what was the maximum that you can get. Like, I think it's like 20 grand or some shit like that. Yeah,
I think it's 10 grand and then like
yeah,
if you do community service or whatever, it's a further 10 grand, something like that.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, 10 grand is 10 grand, you know? And that is a big positive, even though a lot of people don't see it that way. Um,
a
it
lot of
just means that the money that should be going to an infrastructure isn't, is going to go back into the economy. But of course, people don't see it that way.
yeah, well, people are willing. Well, first of all, these same people, no matter what Biden does,
Complain about everything.
yeah, everything he does is going to be wrong. So there's that. And then we've been really trying trickle down economics for a really long time, but like with the pandemic, like the PPP loans were a definite scam, but like giving people, the $1,000 really helped the economy. So like that's
Mm-hmm.
the most case study I actually need, you know?
Yeah, it did. It did. It helped out a shit ton. And
Yeah.
especially because you have places like Finland, right? Was it Finland? Yeah, that just gave a stipend weekly, if I'm not mistaken, or monthly, and their economy boomed, you know,
Yeah.
during that time. So I just think we have it all wrong.
Yeah, we're very much like cruelty as long as, certain groups of people just don't have things. Like in making sure that, you know,
Yeah,
but
the few do and majority don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not planning on taking like screenshots during this. I do have, if you go to my link tree, there's YouTube and Twitch if you want to follow along.
Yeah, I'm setting it up on my iPad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better if it's not on your phone because Twitter is a jealous boyfriend. Like, you can't use anything else with it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I'm just like sitting here, like, I'm excited about this. And you know what? Even if no one shows up, well, I mean, you're here. But even if nobody else shows up, we can go
Yes.
through this and it'll be on YouTube and Twitch and we can get through it. So,
what's it called? So, yeah, Rob told me about Supercluster being hopefully launched regardless of the fact that there's going to be a bear market or not, and um, by the end of October, if that's not what I understood, but that's what he told me. So I was like, okay, y'all are taking a little bit too much on the emphasis that it's a bear market, because I feel like when you implement something as big as Supercluster, where you have over 68 partners and they're all doing something completely different, you might actually end up creating a positive way of income. So I don't know. I was just telling them that if anything, Supercluster might actually create a good source of income for them, for Voxel, if anything, because in order to like mint or buy anything on there, you need to use the Voxel token, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to use what is it, Shiba Swap or whatever, to generate Voxel tokens and then use that to buy NFTs. So you're creating this influx of, I don't know, bro. I don't understand how they see that just because it's a bear market, they won't be able to thrive. I don't know. That's just me.
It's not that they wouldn't be able to thrive, it's that they wouldn't get the vanity metrics that they're looking for. So they want to say, like, we opened up and on opening weekend we made X amount of sales, but like in a bear market, that's not a reasonable expectation. So, like,
Whoops. Okay. Sorry, continue.
it's okay. So, like, if you're looking for investment money, you want the conditions to be as good as possible so that you're set up as well as possible. But, you know, it's a bear market, and I think that people can do, like, start getting their reputations even if they're not getting sales. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, Dr. Wu, how are you?
I'm good, my friend. I was just got off talking to the Fields about the little project that him and I have going on.
Would you like to talk a little bit more about that?
I don't have any samples I can show right now, but basically what I did was take, an old horror book, comic book cover, and I redesigned it along the lines of, Porter Harrington, basically him and his mom and dad going out for Halloween door to door, and they come to the door of a house, and it's the Feelings house, so it says that on the door, and oh, my little dogs have a little interruption there. It started off as just being a one-off. I was just doing it for fun. And then I was showing some people at Cisco Space, and they, everybody liked the idea. And then they got me thinking, like, somebody wanted me to release it in editions as opposed to just like a one-of-one and that's it. So then I got thinking about, well, what if I make each edition a little bit different? And so, like, there's one where the little kid, his head is turned around and he's looking towards you. Whereas most of the time you see just the back of the heads of his parents and Porter himself. So one is different like that. Most of them have more than one change to them. So one is black and white, for example. And then I had this idea the other day of adding some limited animation to each one. So I redid all 10 of them. And so what people are going to get as an NFT, they're going to get the animated GIF version. when they buy the NFT, but they'll also get in the unlockable content, they'll get the poster size high-res file of the same GIF picture, minus the animation, of course, because it's a print. And they'll be able to print that out on their own printers, or take it to a high-end printer place and to get a small poster of it printed out.
That sounds really cool. Just so you know, we're recording on YouTube and Twitch and on my personal computer, and I'm basically just I'm in the metaverse and showing it off as we talk with each other. I'm featuring your work right now, Dr. Wu. I absolutely love it. I just, it's in the corner of the fantasy castle in the sky.
So I've got my computer up and running, but where can I find the link to go into the actual gallery?
Okay, so I don't think I actually emailed you last night because I don't have your email, so that is fair. I'm going to DM you. So if you go to, I'm going to say it out loud for everybody, but HTTPS, can't type, www.bandbooks.art, and then click login, sign in, go to the dashboard, and there will be a link right there to go to it, or you can do bandbooks.art/gallery, and that should take you to it too.
Okay, so do I click the play button?
No, that's just the YouTube video.
Okay, so I gotta log in now, right?
Yes.
And I'm putting in, what's it asking me for? This is my Google log?
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. Now I gotta go look at my. Okay, I'll get in there and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's really. I think you'll like it. Hopefully. I just sent you 2 different things. The other one's just the direct link. You don't have to sign in. Eventually, we're gonna make it so that you actually have to at least sign in, but not today. There were things that were more important. But yeah, you're holding up the corner of the castle, and you're there with Cedric and Levitated Arts and Pixie and James over there. So it's like a darker corner, but you all go play very nice with each other. Hey, the photo grabber, how are you? I'm going to add you as a speaker. Hi, Stacy.
Hi there, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I was like, why is nobody showing up? But then also I didn't DM a lot of people. So when I first get into a space, Twitter likes to immediately rug me. So I don't usually DM people to come, but this is important. I want people to show up and be able to see the gallery with me. So how are you Stacy? Did you just answer that?
I was trying to retweet your tweet. No, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what you've got. I can't wait to put it up there and promote it like crazy today. And Yeah, what a great day. And I was working on my hippogriff that somebody turned into a glowing 3D. So I'm super excited about that and saw your tweet come up. So I'm putting everything down so I can be with you guys. This is the greatest thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely, yeah, if you go and you click in my pinned tweet that I have up there, I have a billion threads on that, but on YouTube and Twitch, I am live streaming my screen if you want to like follow along with what I'm doing, or at least with the gallery walkthrough. I do recommend that. But yeah, I was just, well, PD was here first, and he has, he's part of the double helix of the sky, and I definitely, you know, I've done this 5 times now, but it's still like, do I really need to, you know, put still images on Twitter for us to see this together? I don't know, but I'm really, really glad that you made it, Stacy. Hi, the photo grabber. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm currently eating. I'm watching on Twitch. I'll be a couple of minutes.
That's great. You are definitely allowed to eat. It is a very intense day for me. I'm planning on doing 3 of these spaces, one right now, one at 7 p.m. and one at 10 p.m. Just to give people options for when they come. So, Sandy, how are you today? Also, my mute button was covering the fact that you're not a speaker, so you're throwing up hearts, so I'm assuming that everything is well in the world with you. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the gallery now that people have shown up a little bit. So just so you know, if you're on mobile, if you look down, there is a yellow button so that you can go forward, and a blue button so you can go backwards, and a purple button to go left, a red button to go right, and a white button to go up. I implemented flying this time, so you can change your elevation, and then black brings you down, and you can see.
How do you go up or fly on the computer keyboard?
So to do it on a computer keyboard, you can do the arrow keys, and then you can do Q to go down and E to go up. So, and then W, A, S, D, and X, C, S. So W is forward, S is backwards, A is left, D is right, and then Q is down and E is up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was the Q and E that I weren't using. I'm used to playing computer games with my mouse and keyboard, so some of it I knew, and I was just barking and looking around, and it's pretty cool looking. I see a lot of work went into this.
Thank you. Yeah, according to what I implemented, it was supposed to do the default keys for flying, but I don't know what keys are supposed to be for flying, so I implemented it myself because I just pressed every key on my keyboard, nothing happened. So but since a lot of the art is up this time off the ground, we needed to have some flying so that we could see what was going on. So when we come here, there's, you know, the dragon pillars in the middle, and one of the first pieces we see is the photographer's castle. The photographer, would you like to talk more the photographer. Would you like to talk a little bit about your piece?
Yeah, sure. So this was actually taken in infrared and then manually recolored in Photoshop. So the meadow in front is actually a wildflower meadow that they've created. So it was actually built as a hospital originally, and is now converted into a school. But I felt that because of the decor on it, it looks very castle-y, so it's just a castle. But yeah, it's quite an exciting shot.
Yes, and you literally were like, Amy, I'm eating, please stop talking to me or don't make me speak. And then I was like, first up, we're doing the photographer to highlight. So sorry about that. It's just that you're the first person in the gallery.
No, that's okay. I've managed to finish eating as well, so I'm free to talk.
So yeah, so we have the double helix, and these are a bunch of different AI pieces, and you can see the placards on the ground. Yeah, but then we get to the corner over here, and in the dragon's claw, we can see Nico's son, his Caden. He made this piece of art, and it was his interpretation of Bitcoin. So that's a thing. And then we have the corner over here where we have Cedric did the Beauty and the Beast. So on the left we have the Beauty, and on the right we have the Beast. And then very prominently we have Dr. Wu's very cool Red Riding Hood piece. Would you like to talk about that, Dr. Wu, a little bit?
Sure, yeah. This is something I did, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. This is just my reinterpretation of Little Red Riding Hood, whereas Little Red Riding Hood is a lot tougher, a lot more savvy, and she makes friends with the Big Bad Wolf. So here she's called Little Red and he's called Big Bad. I made them both look a little scarier looking, tougher looking, because now they agreed to protect the animals in the forest and the people of the nearby village from any bad guys that come into the forest to harm the animals or take advantage in any way of the local townspeople.
So, like, every time I look at this, I find something else that I liked. One of the more obvious things was the jewel that we all admired to begin with. But I really like Red Riding Hood's makeup, too. She has almost like a jester clown eye makeup. I don't know how to describe it, but it's actually really cool.
Well, it is. I wanted to make her a little bit sexier looking, but at the same time, not just outright, crazy like some of the stuff my friends are doing right now. I like to, like, even in my comic Glory, I want Glory to be sexy, but I don't like. There's this trend right now. It's the only way to explain it. My buddies are trying to sell their comics, and they'll have one cover with their heroine fully clothed, and then they'll have another version with nothing on. And I'm not going to lower myself to those kind of things, because I guess they think they're just selling to teenage boys or something. I want my heroines to look sexy, but not just any explicit stuff. And the same thing here with Little Red Riding Hood. I wanted to make her sexy by giving her the leather outfit, the cape. I had a lot of fun with that. And then the makeup was more of a kind of leaning towards, the superheroes that wear masks or makeup or whatever, the cosplay type of thing as well. And but at the same time, that's why I made the Big Bad Wolf scarier looking too, and added the drool. Yeah, I guess you were there when I was joking with Brett, about that I wrote in a tutorial of 38 pages long about how to make drool. Because it's a trick I learned a long time ago by accident, and I just realized I was on the Adobe Photoshop site, and they were featuring an artist, and it's like he claims to have created this technique, and I said, yeah, I don't think so. I discovered that technique by accident like 10 years ago, but anyways, that's how we got talking about the drool part. But anyways, this is just my interpretation. I just think it's kind of neat to do that sometimes, just like how people take other characters out of books or comics or movies and do their own interpretation, and then of course the reasons behind it is always interesting as well.
I mean, yes, absolutely. And I think it's hilarious that comic book authors do that. I would make it into like a competition. Like, do you want your heroine to be, classy and everything, or do you want to have like the soft, her looking super sexy, and whichever. I mean, I can't blame artists for wanting to get their sales. So I just find it hilarious.
Well, you know what? I like the contrast in the sense that there's a comedian many years ago. She played accordion very well, and she talked very demure and very soft-spoken. And then every once in a while, she just kind of let out a screech and screw her face up, and she was funny as hell because of the contrast to her character. And that always impressed me. I thought she was very talented, and so sometimes it's nice to have that. You can have contrast without having to go sink too low. Like I think those artists that I was talking about that are putting out nude covers as well as the clothes covers are selling themselves short, and almost like knocking their art down a couple of notches. But that's just my humble opinion. I mean, it's their art. They're welcome to do whatever they want with it, but that's just not what I'm into.
Yeah, these are all totally valid points. So I am moving on in the gallery. We have the double helixes again, and this one here, you can see like Rapunzel, and that is made by Ian, and it's actually one of the mints that are available. So if you go on to bandbooks.art, there is there's a minting DAP, I think is what they call them, but you can purchase, and they give you one at random, and 80% of the proceeds are going to charity, and the other 20% is going towards helping Banned Books Art be sustainable. So yeah, so most of the ones, okay, so this Rapunzel is available, so is this Rapunzel, and then we have Cinderella, and another Cinderella, and then, so I don't want to, that ferret I think is on for sale. And then Alice, for some reason, is also, I was trying to get like the ending for Alice done, but as a part of this, on the other side of the helix, we have Petey McFly. And Petey, you are one of the most supportive VoxLX partners, just flat out. And I would like for you to talk a little bit about your art, if you don't mind.
Sure thing. The Twitch is a little delayed, so I'm trying to catch up to you. Okay. Is it the one with the handbag, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be that's PB McFly. So the story behind my characters is very personal to me. I'm going through depression, and I decided to come up with characters that resembled some of the things that I go through day to day. And one of the characters is basically me. His name is Wade, and he has friends who he ends up roping into his now perceived world. So the one that you're looking on the screen is Phoebe, and it happens to be one of his best friends. He has two best friends. One of them is Jude, who is a transgender individual, and then you have Phoebe, who is basically your overall girl next door. And the thing about Phoebe is that she's always positive. She's the kind of person who is not easily broken by, or is not brittle. She tends to be very strong and very blunt about her ideas. But in the story with Wade, when she finds out that he tried to commit suicide and he's in the hospital, she starts to notice that a lot of the things that are around him, specifically like supernatural things, start to occur. And she's basically the Samwise to his Frodo. So wherever he goes, she goes. And she's just a very supportive character. And one of her flaws, I guess you can say, is that she's a bit naive. So she's very, she believes everything that he tells her, and sometimes that can get her into problems. But yeah, that's Phoebe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, as a part of the spiral, we have, well, first of all, thank you for sharing, PD. I appreciate that. And we definitely have more of your stuff here. I think it's 5 pieces total. 1, 2, 3,
Sure.
4 pieces total. So you and we alternate between you and Shreya's. So, did you want to talk about each one individually, or?
Whatever you like. So the one that I'm staring at right now with the tie, that's Jude. So that's a transgendered individual who Wade meets at a particular spot that is known for taking lives. And when Wade meets Jude as a kid, Jude is trying to commit suicide. He doesn't understand what exactly is going on with him. He doesn't feel whole, and he tries to jump off a bridge, but Wade ends up saving him, talks him out of doing the act. And once when Jude finds out that Wade tries to do the same thing, but obviously is not able to because of what happens to him, when Jude has this big responsibility bestowed on him, or on her, I should say, because right now he's transitioning into becoming a woman or a girl, and that's his main battle. As the story progresses, Wade and Jude and Phoebe go on to these kind of adventures that really become all supernatural. And as Jude is finally becoming who she wants to be, is basically be known as a woman and wants to conform to her new reality, and she loves the fact that people are accepting her and such, she accidentally gets bitten by a werewolf. So not only is she dealing with the fact that, she's a transgendered individual, now she's a werewolf. So she is juggling all of these things that a normal person would just explode emotionally and mentally. So yeah, that's who she is. And I see in the middle you also have again Phoebe with the if I'm not mistaken, that's the Sega shirt. And then at the bottom you have Lucy, Lucy's a different individual. She's not necessarily part of the circle of the friends. She's just as I wouldn't necessarily consider her an innocent bystander. A lot of the trouble that Phoebe and Jude go through is at the hands of Lucy, and she's just this person who has a very sad upbringing, but it's more of a circumstance. You know, her father's wealthy, her mom's wealthy too. She comes from money, but she just doesn't feel like she's listened or she's heard. She doesn't feel like people understand her or understand what it is to be her. Yep. And yeah, she causes problems to the heroines. So that's basically her. And yeah, these are my characters that I created in the story. I wish OpenSea allowed me to have the entire story on their bios, but unfortunately I got reported due to the story being, I guess, bleak or whatever. I just decided to remove the story, but yeah, these are my characters.
Have you thought about putting the story as unlockable content, like a PDF or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. So basically, I decided to turn the story into like this MP4 storyboard kind of video, where like it's like they're pictures, but like I'm talking over them, and there's movement and whatnot. Yeah, and music, of course. But yeah, I'm definitely working on that.
So yeah, thank you very much for sharing, PD. Every time I hear your story, I pick up something new about it. I knew about the supernatural stuff, but I didn't realize about the werewolf stuff. But it's really good that your story is evolving, and yeah, we're all hoping for Supercluster to actually get out into the world so that we can, see your unlockable content and stuff. And yeah. Moving on real quick, we have Deke over here. It is King Kong versus Putin. And then this one is Photograbber's Pure Evil. Would you like to talk a little bit about that, the Photograbber?
Yeah, for sure. So, for me, I like doing street photography. I usually do quite a lot of black and white, but I felt that the colour was more impactful on this one. It's not often that you see a whole nation shook with a tabloid print like that. And I was waiting for a train, and I just saw this girl reading the paper, but the way that it was folded was just, it was visually appealing on how to capture it. Really, really shocking news story. I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's, like, if you look at the actual res of the image, you'll be able to find the date, and I'm sure you'll be able to do your own research on the actual story. But I just felt that this would be apt for the whole Grimm's fairy tales thing, because there's a lot of evil and there's a lot of good, and I just felt that the composition was strong enough to submit as a donation.
I'm looking at my metaverse, and I disabled one of the only video because it takes up bandwidth, and I didn't want it to meet the bandwidth before the gallery opened, and now it is still black. So before the next walkthrough, I will enable that again. But that was a cool thing by Eddie that we can click into it, and basically he's setting his parchment on fire, and basically it's just like the ending of that story in his life. So sorry if you're wondering about that black box. That's what happened with that. So like this, the alien here, this is Musty's work. Veohart, if you see this character that is hanging here, this is actually one of the pieces that's available in the charity collection. So like I said before, if you go onto bandbooks.art, there is a minting gap there. So there are 21 pieces available. 80% of the proceeds are going to the House of Ruth this month. So that's a thing that's happening. I'm sorry to have to advertise in the middle of this space, but I really liked Lauren's this pure evil. Like, is one of those things where you're like, is this staged? Like, what's going on here? But yeah, it's so interesting, especially with like all of her rings and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm really glad that you saw that and had the wits about you to take the photo and submit it, and my gallery is better for you being in this.
I also felt that cropping the head and body out just sort of pulled the attention towards the actual article as opposed to being a street portrait. So it just kind of added to the illusion of everything as well.
My cat has decided she wants a drink, which means that she's on my keyboard, on my mouse, and on my phone all at the same time. So that's just a thing. But yeah, I think it's better without her. Like, it's more anonymous. Like, it could just be all of us. I'm not good at describing these things, but yeah, it's a very powerful, a very cool image. Art Beta X, Lorenz, how are you?
What's up, Amy? Hi, everyone. Petey, Stacy, Sandy, Gish, everyone in the room. I'm actually at the gym. Just trying to get a workout in. But I'm good. I'm off today. Hit the gym. This evening I'll continue doing some artwork, doing some stuff. I forgot to ask you, how's it going on LinkedIn? Have you been like connecting with anyone? How's it been going over there?
Well, I have a LinkedIn. I have not been posting like we talked about that one time, but I hired someone that starting next month they'll be writing a mega blog post for me, and I'll be able to pull the content from that to make it easier for me personally to write content on these sites. Like, you know, if you already have something written for you, you can just like copy and paste and bring it around. And it's just one of those things where, you know, making an entire metaverse and advertising and minting 4 different collections and all of that stuff, just some things are slipping through. Also, I'm taking a full course, a full stack Solidity course right now, which I'm almost halfway through with, but doing that for, you know, 3 or 4 hours a day means that I'm not in spaces as much, and I'm also not, you know, on social media doing things. So, you know, I have time for Banned Books Art. It's just that I need to also improve myself, and, you know, in next year we will be, you know, trying to go, well, okay, so next year, starting in January, we're only going to have 4 of these, like once per quarter. No, okay, that came out really wrong. That sounded like we were doing 4, like, we're doing 1 custom gallery per quarter, so there's only going to be 4 next year, and that will give me enough time to make the metaverse and advertise to get artists in the metaverse, and then also once it's published, go on like a victory tour and actually promote the artists before we have to go on and promote the next metaverse. So when we do that, I'll have more time and more content to put onto LinkedIn and all the other social media sites, and I'll have hopefully more time to devote to the actual promotional part of Banned Books art.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. You sound like we walk in a similar path. It's like trying to juggle all this stuff because working on that one of one project. As you said, you can't forget about improving yourself. So I'm doing like a refresher graphic design course because I did my graphic design like years ago, almost 10 years ago. I did web design and graphic design, and I haven't been paying that much attention to like the industry and what's changed. I'm still familiar with the software and stuff, but just doing a refresher on that. Trying to stay active on social media, posting, trying to support artists, trying to work on another project, like futuristically. It's going to be like a fitness project because I've spent many years in fitness. So when I wasn't doing any art, I was deep in bodybuilding. I actually competed in Antigua when I was in Antigua and the nationals for 3 years. I came in the top 3 like every time. My last show was 2019 when I took like 3 years off with my son being born and stuff like that. I took like 3 years off, and then I competed again in 2019 and I came in second. So, and then I kind of started an apparel brand like off of that, running on my fitness journey story. It's called Alien Minds. The reason I call it that is basically what we see all around with very successful people. The people that pretty much they don't have the same mindset or as they're not normal. Let me just say that. People like, if you see people like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, these kind of people, they're not normal. They don't have like a normal mindset. So I kind of base my brand off of that. Like, you got to be alien, like totally alien to succeed. Like if you want to be great, right? You can't. There's no shortcuts, no sugarcoating. No, you just can't be normal, right? So similarly, like to what you're doing right now, you may think it's difficult, it's hard, but there's nobody else doing what you're doing right now, right? What you're building right now, I don't see it anywhere else, like from scratch. So right now, you may be saying, oh, it's tough, right? But to get to the end, you have to basically get into the zone where it's like you're not normal. Like you just gotta operate on a different level, on a different spectrum, right? So that's what my apparel. So I had stopped doing it. I kind of tried to launch it like just before I came to Canada, like right after I competed, and then the whole pandemic hit. I had a website up, everything ready, set to go, and then we had the pandemic. So then, fortunately for me, I found my way into Web3 and NFT. So I'm like, boom, okay, terrific. Every disappointment is a blessing. So now that's going to be a whole total different project by itself. I'm going to be doing like making NFTs off of that brand there, and that's going to be a whole different project in terms of fitness, because I think not a lot of people have tapped into that niches yet in terms of fitness, not that I've seen. So definitely looking forward to that. But the space sometimes have us all over the place. We gotta like how you're cutting it back. That's good. Don't think of that as a bad thing. you gotta apply pressure. The more pressure you can apply in one area, I think the more productive you'll be, instead of us trying to be all over the place. We try, but eventually we have to cut it back.
Yeah, I mean, there's, pros and cons to everything, but I think, now I've done this is my fifth one, so I'm more aware about like the time that it takes to do one of these, just in general. And now I'm getting, people are getting to know me, and it's, it is, I'm going the way that I think it should be going in the future, because I'm the only person doing this project. But also, hopefully the people that are here will support me in, trying new things and seeing what works, because, I mean, that's a part of being a startup too, is like, hey, like this, I need to be able to communicate out into the world more. Well, I need more time. Like, how do I get more time? Well, I do less of one thing and I do more of a different thing. So I just think that it's a better value for everybody if I do, less custom galleries, not no custom galleries, just less, and then promote people. And then it's a whole thing, Lawrence. Like, we're going to be doing 1 month is going to just be a maze. That is the AI art that we do in the AI artathons that I do on Wednesdays. Then the next month is going to be the galleries that you are becoming familiar with. And then in the third month, we're actually going to solicit art from students and replace all of the art from like the pro NFT artist with student art, and have it be for sale, and have like a voting mechanism, so that like whatever portion of the sales from it's going to be like a student competition where so one person gets like the pot, but then everybody that submits, they, if their artwork sells, they get the majority of the portion of what was sold. So that's how we're going to do it quarterly, but still have things to do monthly. So if you see at the top, Levitated just came in, and how this works is that there's like 130 pieces of art in here. So if I actually went through every single piece of art and gave you the backstory, we would be here for 20 hours. So as artists come in, I actually just highlight their work. So you can see Levitated. I put in your work, and I put it next to Dr. Wu, and I think that it really works as like a whisper network thing going on. So if you would like, if you're in a position to talk about it, yeah. If not,
Levitated's there, but he's not there just now. Amy's kind of tied up with something. He messaged me just to say he can't jump up the speaker.
Okay, yeah, sorry. It's called Self-Reflection. Sorry, I forgot the name of it, but it's also pretty cool. He has a few different collections. One is the emoticons, and then I am a holder of emoticons too. And now he recently started doing the split emoticons, and I really do apologize if I'm not promoting you correctly, Levitated, but this particular collection I really like. The Rorschach. Oh my gosh. We all know what it is. No one likes to pronounce it. But I like these. The spherical design and the growth in darkness. These two wound up in the Light in August gallery, and also Chaotic Love. So these three were in a previous gallery. And so I do like the Rorschach collection that Levitated Arts also has. And thank you for letting me know, the photographer, because when I am live streaming and hosting all this stuff, I don't really check my DMs. It's, it's a thing. But, yeah, thank you very much for participating. Also, Levitated is like you can use whatever you want. So it's always a surprise to him, whatever I choose. So, there's that. So we have the last corner here that we didn't really go over. You can see, did I really just take a screenshot of it and then just not put it up? It's cool. But yeah, we have the I Am Pony. We have No Subs by P.D. McFly. Carly has a really cool fairy tale landscape. And then My Tiny Castles has her little fountain. And I will post a screenshot up here as we go along. I do recommend that you go to bandbooksart/gallery and take a look for yourself, because it's super cool and you should, be able to look at the pieces that really speak to you. So I'm pretty sure this golden taco up here is a part of the charity collection. It is something that I made. Someone requested I do that in a space one day. And then, yeah, we have a bunch of cute character art. And this one here is on the bottom of the spiral. This is a Leo's piece, which is a part of the charity collection, which is available on bandbooksart, the regular landing page. And then we're done with the walkthrough for the most part. I have this time a Bandbooks beverage collection, which basically it's really cheap, but if you enjoyed the walkthrough and you want to help support Bandbooks art, you can pick up a piece or a few pieces. And then we also have the shop that is officially available, but there's not much because I didn't have time. So yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. Stacy, were you able to look at this as we were going along?
A little bit, yes. It's really, you've done a beautiful job. I love how imaginative it is, and I'm surprised at how many works of art you're able to show. That's really cool. I think you need to have an award for being the maestro of the 3D, because that's really beautifully done. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you so much. Did you have a favorite piece that you wanted to talk about, or like for me to go back to look at or take a closer look at?
Give me a few minutes and I'll be back. I'll let you know.
Yeah, that was probably an unfair question. I did that at the end of the night at last gallery opening, and there was like two pieces. People were like, this one, absolutely this one. So like we kept ping-ponging between two of the pieces. So just so that we know like what are the fan favorites. Oh, also I didn't really go over this, but this piece here is a familiar PFP. It is the Zeller, Carrie Zeller from Zeller Visuals, who is amazing, and she did, yeah.
She's wonderful.
Yeah. And she did a really cool promo film for me for this gallery, and I am super grateful. And if you need any short promo films, she is the person to go to.
she's obviously incredibly talented as an artist, but also as a speaker. I love listening to her when she's in other spaces.
I mean, we could definitely just have a space that's just complimenting Zeller. The photographer, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I finally bought your Bandbooks beverage piece that I was looking at.
Thank you and congratulations. You are the person that bought my first of my Genesis collection, and pretty sure you're the first person to buy my beverage too. So, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Hopefully, I mean, it's rude to ask, but like, hopefully the gas wasn't too bad. That's the, like, when you price things too low in ETH, that's the danger you run into.
The gas costs just as much as the piece, but it's okay. I wanted to have it, so. What I would say though in the future, because it was wrapped ETH that you kind of done last time, but I think that it would be a lot easier for you to do just on Polygon straight away, and then that would be like no gas fees, no transfer fees, and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of an idea for the future, especially if you've got a large collection. But yeah, I'm so happy that I got that piece, because it was like trying to get it the first time when you showed me, and I was like itching. I saw all the different, like, I'm a coffee addict, Amy, like complete coffee addict. And I was like, I really want it. And then it was like wrapped ETH, and I didn't have any idea of what I was doing to get it. So I swapped things about, and then now I can own a piece. So thank you.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I went from having 0 collections to I made my Genesis collection last month, and then, you know, I just made just like a bunch of collections. I actually, if you go to the Bandbooks Art official OpenSea, you can see I actually took screenshots as I was making this gallery, like cool angles. And so if you want to support the building of the gallery, you can also buy a pretty cheap
we don't say cheap, we say affordable luxury.
Affordable, yes, affordable luxury of an affordable way to support the project. So,
also with the 2 pieces that I have up, I'll give 50% of the proceeds if there's any sales on them as well, just to let you know.
And I appreciate that. I've actually updated my website. I'm going to be putting the wallet that I've put for, that I made for the charity collection, which if you use that wallet when you mint your NFTs and you do like a split contract between like me and you, like on Foundation, 80% of the proceeds of that will be going to the charity, and then 20% going to me. So that will help in the future, because making contracts is expensive. So if we can just use that, and then like that would be really cool if people want to collaborate in the future with me. But yeah, so I like, this was a struggle, but also a good learning lesson of like what is going to work, what is not going to work. I don't know if the charity collection is going to get any sales, and I don't know if, how much of is probably just my advertising or lack thereof. But I think it's something that we should be doing going forward, just having, different charity collections, and, just trying to raise money however we're able to.
Every little helps, for sure. Just keep doing what you're doing, Amy. You're doing a good thing, and people will realize that, so people will start to support you.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's it for the gallery tour. Did anybody want to talk about their projects a little bit before I leave and have like dinner and stuff?
I have a question.
Go on.
So if we were to make something that it's a collaboration and we post it on OpenSea, is there a place in there where we are able to do 50-50 with someone? There is, isn't there?
Yeah, you can create split revenues pots with any collections that you have. You can add additional wallets through it, for sure.
Okay, and there's no restriction on if you're doing Polygon or ETH or whatever, correct?
Yeah.
What I would suggest, because Amy's doing a larger collection and they're relatively low priced, I would always advocate doing it on Polygon, because it means that there's no gas fees. Like the piece that I just bought was 0.005, but I paid, that was like, works out about $6 or $7 or something, but I just paid like $5.89 just for gas to get it. So just because they're low cost and there's quite a lot of them, Polygon would probably be your better bet. But yeah, you can split the revenue with each selection or collection, I think.
Great. Okay, so that solidifies my feeling that because of the gas fees, it's just best to put them on Polygon, I think. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
it
I get some
depends.
pushback either way.
Like, yeah, if you're spending like $300 on an art piece, Ethereum is the better bet because it has a more established, like, it's going to have value after this. I didn't realize that once you make the collection, you can't just change it to Polygon. So after the month that these are up, I might just burn all the ones that don't sell to create the rarity. And then, next month I will probably make it Polygon, because what I wanted to do was make it an auction, so like whatever you wanted to pay to to show your appreciation, like when you go on like haunted tours and they're free, you're expected to like give tips at the end, like trying to recreate that experience. But where was I going with that? But like, the wrapped ETH is just a bad experience. So yeah, you're right, the photo grabber, where these should just be on Polygon and basically just let people pay whatever they want, just to have, give them cheap options not cheap, just affordable options for to show their support.
Can I just confirm that the piece that I purchased was all done via AI?
Yes, in the description it should say made with Midjourney.
That's insane. Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, it's right there in bold, made with Midjourney. So, yeah, but yeah, it is AI. If I was making these from scratch, I wouldn't have time. So, Lorenz, what's up?
I wanted to ask you, have we gotten any word about Supercluster? I haven't seen the Telegram chat that active. Mostly the Twitter chat is active, but it's more like tweets and spaces. But have you heard any update? Has anyone spoken to you?
So at this point, I have sort of distanced myself because I don't have the emotional energy to do anything until Supercluster is actually a thing. But according to Petey, that he was told by the end of October, because they were trying to like wait out the bear market for some reason instead of launching, but I think that they've reversed course with that. So I don't know. I will, whenever they are available, like when I'll see it, I'll believe it when I see it, is one of those things.
So you're I'm not sure if I'm clear on this. So are you what platform are you minting on? Foundation?
All of them. Sorry.
All of them?
All of them.
Wow.
So, for my personal collection, the Genesis collection, I'm doing a drip. So that is on foundation, and then because the makings of and the beverages, I there's a lot of them, and I don't want to spend $5 each minting them. They are on OpenSea because that has lazy mint. However, if you go on to bandbooks.art and you scroll down, there is minting DApp on my website now, and that charity collection was made with my own contract via Third Web. And so basically, if you purchase it sight unseen, and then you get a random NFT that was made from an artist that is in the metaverse gallery. So I thought that would be a fun way to, and like an NFT Web3 way of doing this. And so like it's a mixture of digital art and AI art, but they're at 0.025 ETH, so it's not outrageous, but it's also giving to charity. So so I use Third Web, I'm using OpenSea, and I'm using Foundation. I'm looking at Rarible, but I really just wanted Supercluster to be out in the world, because the AI artathons I'm doing in January need to be on a platform,
But the way I thought of it, I thought they were gonna do, because I remember Tim saying they were gonna have like after the testing, they were gonna have like this marketing campaign and stuff like that. And I think Anna had said they were gonna do like a promotional video of all the artists and creatives and projects, but I thought they were just gonna go through the bear market, like no fair, and we just build and we work through it. So I guess not. We are waiting. So I don't know. I'm just being very optimistic and trying to hold out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this project, Bandbooks Art, got to the point where like people asked for, hey, like, can we get like a buy you a beverage type NFT that we can show your support? Like, can we get a charity collection? Because like how is this a charity metaverse if the art itself is not on sale for charity and stuff like that? So like I couldn't depress my own project to wait for something that I've been told for 4 months will be, published within the next 24 hours.
Well, let's wait and see what happens. The Twitter chat is. I've been trying to attend like most of the AMAs and a lot of the projects that have been having spaces. I'm trying to support. You know me. I already told you what it is. Like if people don't see this as this whole space, doesn't matter what platform you're on, but if people don't see this whole space as that, we have to stick together and build it, like this whole Web3 space, like the whole space itself. The big boys are gonna come in, and they're already coming in, and they're gonna take over. So if we don't move as a unit, like everybody does, as I said, it doesn't matter what platform you're on, like what type of art you do, like whatever. If you're not moving as a unit and support each other, and it doesn't even, we keep saying it doesn't even have to be like buying art, tweet, retweet, comment, whatever, do it, like, so or big guys are gonna come in, and we're gonna see this, we're gonna see it just fade away, because they come in like they know, and they know they got resources, But when you move in as a unit, and we can prevent some blockages and some, you know, some disruption. But we gotta move together. And like in the chapter last time when there was that whole commotion in there, like what? So I don't know.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. Whether I'm a voxel partner or not, I am going to be trying to support as many artists as possible. Having it be free for artists to be in my gallery and me showcasing them is just a really, like, it's not like a low effort, but like it's, as far as collaborations go, it's one of the more, like, I'm not asking you to, well, I guess I am kind of asking, well, it's evolving, but like, it's an easy collaboration. And I think that, you know, being there in spaces, and then not just being in spaces, but being in other platforms, like, you know, the LinkedIns and the Pinterest and actually, okay, I didn't tell you this before, but I got this app because of Levitated Arts. Him and Droppies were talking about it, and it's called Metricool, and I'm able to create one post and then schedule when it gets posted in other sites. So I'm able to just, like, you know, create things and then schedule it. It's helpful. I've used it a couple of times, at least try to this month, where it's like I have, you know, when I have like the blog, I can actually just sit down and just like put everything out in all of the different places. So I have posted a little bit on my Instagram and my Pinterest and stuff like that. So using tools like that, and also just, you know, talking outside of the Web3 community is super helpful, is what I was getting at. So I always appreciate you supporting. I also try to support, and I'm really just looking forward to when Supercluster comes out, and you know, I think the waiting is the worst part, you know?
Amy, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to dip. There's a couple of people that are trying to try to pull me into their space. But what I was going to say is I've got a 3 mint available for that you can grab 2 pieces of and keep one and just flip the other and just keep the proceeds. I'll DM you the link as well if you've not already obtained one, but it's just pay gas, that's all you have to do. So just wait till DGen hours or something, grab it. But unfortunately I have to kind of shoot. Unfortunately, there's not such a thing as clones yet. I wish I could clone myself like 6 times. Only 6. And now at least that way I can spread myself around a little bit, but I'm in a little bit of demand at the moment, so I hope you don't mind. But thank you very much for the guided tour, and I love what you've done. I actually got your email yesterday and had a little recce about and had a little look about, so it was quite fun. And we'll take it from there.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I think we're going to be ending this pretty soon anyways. And I will check out your free mint. I know how this goes. Apparently, like, DGen hours is just like 9 in the morning, like for me in Eastern time. Like, I've noticed it's pretty much cheaper that time. It was not fun yesterday. I put just enough gas to mint everything, and then it just kept being like, you don't have enough to mint. And so I transferred more money into it, and it was still not enough money. And now I have like 10 cents in my other account. Like, and so then I had to use like my personal money because the transfer that I did for the bank is frozen for 7 days. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work if like I want to mint tonight. So the finances got a little bit messy, but we got it minted. So that's a thing. But anyway, I appreciate you, the photographer, for coming. I appreciate everybody here for your support. We will be doing this 2 more times today, and then never speaking about this ever again.
It's been a pleasure, Amy. Just look for degen hours, or it depends. Gas fluctuates every 30 seconds, but just if it dips down below a couple of bucks, then by all means grab 2, because they're going to be something special eventually, because I'm doing the Lord's work, as they say. But it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much for the tour, and I might pop into a future tour as well, just to degen with you. Or is it just one use ticket that I bought?
Look, it's not even properly token gated right now, so you're whenever you want to come into any of my spaces, you're always welcome. And I totally understand the want. Like, you're totally like fine in a space, and then someone DMs you and you're like, well, all of a sudden I'm anxious and I want to be somewhere else. And it's not like a slight on the current space, but yeah, I understand. And yeah. Stacy, thank you so much for staying this whole time. I really appreciate it, and I will get my act together and get you the contract address, and hopefully that makes it much easier for people that are actually minting a piece specifically for my project. So that way we can all have the amount of ownership that we want, and it'll be better. So, anyway, I will see you all later. Bye. Okay, so the tour space is ended. I don't believe anybody actually went onto my Discord. No, they did not. That's fair. Nobody likes my Discord, even me. I mostly just use it for creating AI work for Bandbooks art, because it's better to have everything is for the business in the Discord, separate from my personal artwork. I guess we'll just end this with I think I just ended the Discord. No, I'm still in Discord. Let me go ahead and not share my screen, and then actually end the call. And then, yeah, so just in case it was confusing, you go to, Bandbooks Art, scroll down a little bit, we have my main page, and then we have the collaborations, and then you can mint from artists that participated in the metaverse and they wanted to donate to me, or to Bandbooks Art. So if you buy one of these, 80% of the proceeds is going to a wallet that all of the contents of that wallet will be going to the designated charity from that NFT. So it's a communal wallet that Bandbooks Art uses, and I'm just going to backtrack all the transactions and make sure that the appropriate, I just dropped my pen, it's cool. Yeah, so just it's going to take a little bit of accounting from me, but we will get this done. And then we have the beverages, which were cool, but we might need to switch this over to Polygon because the pricing is too low for it to make sense for people to buy it. And then we have the makings of the art gallery, which is just sections of it as it was being made, and it looks super cool, or at least some of these look really cool, just to support the gallery. And these are basically just like, if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. It's fine. Then, yeah, we have collaborations that I've done. And this is the main one with Brett Joliffe. I think it's actually Joliffe. Anyway, we have some of these that are for sale. We have animation. We have this cute little watercolor. Look at that, so cute. But we're keeping this at 0.01 to encourage people to, just own it and support. And then we have the Sabette ones. So these are 50% goes to Sabette, 50% goes to me, 25% of, 50% of what I get will be going to the charity. So 25% overall. So we have sold one, which is great. We have the Alan Rickman is eating a tire, which is funny. And yeah, so this is just a cute little collaboration with Sabette, who is a popular NFT artist in the space. And then yeah, I think that was all of the things I wanted to advertise. It's really awkward when I want to highlight the NFT artists that are in my metaverse gallery the most. But I also want to point out when there is a piece of art available for the charity collection and which pieces of art are on sale for from Banned Books Art itself. So this metaverse, by the way, this is from Too Shady. His name is Richard. These were actually made by his grandmother, who was an artist who never wanted to, she was too shy to actually display her works, but he thought that she would really enjoy this. So we have that going on. And then yeah, I think it's time for me to leave this for now and do some housework and take a nap maybe. And then I will see you all later. Bye.